I woke up one morning feeling a bit weird because I had just had a really realistic dream regarding a court of thorn and roses. I had a dream where there was a fire and I had to save all of the books in the series of A Court of Akata. And in the dream, I thoroughly enjoyed the book. I thought it was one of the best pieces ever, and it was the only book I wanted to save from the fire and then from the flooding. The only problem with that dream is I haven't read Akatar yet. So, I have a copy of Akatar, A Court of Thorn and Roses, the first book. Because I thought if I buy all 5 of them and I don't like the first one, I've wasted money. However, I am motivated by this lucid dream that I've had. So on a Friday, when I should be doing university work or literally anything else with my life, I'm gonna read Akatar. I got to chapter 4, but there was a roar that half deafened me, and my sister screamed as Snow burst into the room and an enormous growling shape appeared in the doorway. I have got cold, by the way, but the consequences of actions haven't really started to chapter 4, which is okay. It's okay. I'm not obviously it's only the beginning, so I'm not hating it and I'm not loving it. I'm on chapter 4. It's probably been half an hour, I think. There have been a couple times where I've just gone off thinking and I've not been reading or paying attention to reading, so I have to make sure I'm in the zone. Okay, so I'm on page 82 and Tamlin is, I don't know if I'm supposed to like Tamlin, but he's so cute. I think he's adorable. I don't know if it's because he's trying. I just got to a part where he was like, oh, I can take you on a tour around the grounds, on horses. And she was like, no thank you. And he was like, well, no thank you. It's Tamlin clenched his hands into a fist as if fighting against a claws itching to burst out. But he didn't reprimand me. He didn't do anything else and prowl back into the house without another word. He's such a pushover. I hope he's what I want for his character is to be, I hope he grows a backbone. Not in a mean sense, but in a back chatty sense. Because I love reading books where women are not scared to back chat. Especially against their captors, I suppose you could say. I think it's so funny. But I just wanted to come in and talk to you about Tamlin because I'm I can't stop picturing him. But I don't know if I'm supposed to like him. Because I've seen a couple other vlogs. Just Ali's vlog. And Ali said that she liked, is it Ryland? Rusland? I don't know his name. He's not come up yet. I think that's this book. And, this series. And he was she was oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to like him. And then it's I think I am. And then she got further on and she wasn't. And I was what is going on? But Tamlin I'm quite liking. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to like him yet. So don't tell me if I am or if I'm not. But we might find out by the end of the book whether I'm supposed to like him or not. So I'm on page 100. Well, 100 and just over 100. And I'm quite enjoying it so far. I feel like there's a thing with fantasy books where it's you never know if you're gonna 100% like it, 100% not like it, but it tends to be I can digest it rather than being one or the other. Because you never know how good it's going to be till you're really deep into it. And I feel with this, I enjoy it enough to continue digesting it rather than DNFing it. That I'm not as opposed to it. I feel that's what I'm trying to say. But I know that in books to come, in this series, there's a lot of politics. And the only other fantasy book I've read is the Cool Prince trilogy. And the politics in that is quite digestible. I've read it quite a few times, not because I didn't understand it, but because I liked it. And I know in some of other Sarah J Maas books, the world building and the politics can be kind of like hard to understand. So I'm feeling hopeful with this one that I will actually be able to digest it really fast and really easily. And I feel like because her map looks like England, I mean it literally is England, it makes it easier to know how they're existing. The only thing I don't know is where Tamlin's house is. Because she said, as she passed the wall, she said it was springtime, so I'm guessing he lives in the spring court, right? I'm guessing I'll learn more about the other courts when I get to other books. Also, my thoughts on Lucien so far. He reminds me a lot of Locke from The Cruel Prince. Like, the character that you don't want to get involved with, but like, he's right at arm's length. I'm worried that he's not going to be alright at arm's length, and then I'm going to be fucked. I'm nervous. I'm sure it'll be fine. But if Lucien pulls strings, it might come back and I'm like, oh, he's such a dickhead, then you'll know that he's like Locke, and I don't want that. He grinned, and I'm like squirming with excitement, because like, he actually grinned. So I'm on chapter 16. I think it's chapter 16. Yeah. He goes, have you seen the gallery? I blurted, there's a gallery in this house? He actually grinned the High Lord on the spring court. He rubbed at his neck, faint colour creeping in those cheeks of his, more alive and warm than I'd seen him yet. Please, it would be my pleasure, and I believed him that it would. I nodded dumbly. If the paintings along the walls were exquisite, then the ones selected for the gallery had to be beyond any human imaginings. I would like that very much. Oh my god. I hope Tamlin... Oh my god! Just Tamlin in general, to be honest. I think, as of page 148, I am in love with Tamlin. Okay. I'm actually loving this book. I know what I said earlier about, like, not knowing whether I was going to like it. I think I actually do. He's just he's just so charming. Kind of in love. Oh my god. Coming at you just after I filmed the clip at page 148. And I am so glad I picked this up, because I bought this book last August because I was like, oh, some people really like it, so maybe I'll like it. I'm loving it. I'm gonna be in severe debt. I think I've just got to the introduction of Rysand, because at the end of the chapter this time before me was the most beautiful man I'd ever met. And I'm gonna ruin it for myself. What's his name? Well, I'm pretty sure it is Rysand. So, I'll come back if it is. And I'll just be like, yeah, it was. And then you'd be like, yeah, love that. And I'll be like, yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm at page 198, which is just before 200, which is why I'm checking in. And chapter 21. So I was on chapter 2 when I was saying that I thought Rysand had been introduced to the story, but I got no names, so I'm still stuck on that. But the end scene, I was like, sat here, like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? And then nothing happened, and I was like, oh, cock blocked. But I'm truly almost halfway through, and I'm excited. Because, does anyone else do that? See how many pages they've left until like the next chapter. But I just wanted to say that this novel is being quite digestible today. So I started it yesterday, and the first time I read the first page I was unsure. I read it and I was like, I'm just not sure if I'm going to like it. And now I simply cannot get enough of it, and I don't know what to do about it. For goodness sake. So I'm halfway through. I don't know if I'm going to read it just until I'm tired or until I finish the book. or until I just don't want to read it anymore. But like, I'm in love. This is my chapter 23 marker. I hope Tamlin stays a strong character, because whenever I hear people talking about Akata, I never hear them talking about Tamlin, and I quite enjoy Tamlin, so I still have a feeling that that attractive person was Rysand. I can't believe the whole of chapter 23 was a dream. Are you having me on? Maybe it wasn't a dream, but I'm super confused. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, I'm not spoiling anything for myself, but I'm on chapter 26, and Tamlin has just told Lucien to hide Feyre, and he did so like behind him, and then put glamour on her. And then my eyes skipped down a couple like lines, and it was like, but I've met him before, and I was like, oh, this is where Rysand comes into the story. So I'm gonna reread the page, cover up the bottom, so that I don't like mess it up for myself. So Rysand is from the Ninth Court, I'm guessing. Fun times. See you later. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm on chapter 31, so I know that Rysand is a bad person because I've just learned that he burned down Claire's house. But I'm pretty sure he becomes good. From what I know of other people reading it, I think he becomes good. Maybe not in this book, maybe in the last one or the third one. I'm not sure, but I think it's one of them. And I'm like so conflicted. Also, I didn't expect him to send her home. What the fuck? But I didn't come on here to tell you that because it was 10 o'clock at night and I wasn't about to be like, oh my god, you sent him home. But like, that's where I'm at right now. So I'm on page 270. So only 140 left. I'm so close. Okay, so I'm finally at page 300, which is mental by the way. This book is kind of insane. Though one thing I will say is I didn't expect it to not take her so long to get to Under the Mountains. I thought it would have taken her longer. I'm on page 329, so I have literally like 90 pages left, which is exciting. So I just got to the part where she finished the first task for, I actually don't think, Amarantha, and I'm guessing she's about to go on to the second task. I don't know. I only have like 9 chapters left, so I feel like I know that she's not gonna fail. Right? Is she gonna fail? I don't know. I honestly don't know. The last 6 chapters of this book. I know this is very like, I'm coming in to chat and then I'm leaving again and then I'm like halfway through the book. But I'm enjoying it. I'm a bit pissed at the whole like deal with Rysand, but I don't think there's anything that I can do about that. And I'm liking Lucian's character a lot more. But like at this point I don't know the answer to the riddle. And I feel like it has something to do with Ashwood or like an object. I don't know, maybe a plant? Those are my guesses. Like, immediately I was like maybe Ashwood because it said something about dying. Or like impact dying but then it takes a while to kill or something like that along those lines. I thought that was quite interesting. So like, partway through chapter 40, the second task, Rysand helps her. So, like, in her head and through her tattoo. So like, is Rysand a friend, but like not a lover? I hope he's in love. I don't really want like a love triangle going on, but I feel like that might happen. But like, is he a good person? I feel like he's a good, but like a tricky person. It's like he's good in some ways and bad in others. I feel like that's the vibe I'm getting. Let's carry on. I wanted to be recording for this bit because I fear that I'm about to learn what she meant by the curse, like the answer to the riddle. Because I just got to the part where Tamlin is like a part of the final trial. It says, all those times I held Tamlin, I'd never felt his heartbeat. But I swear, when she was... after they had made love. Maybe it was at the river. I could have sworn they said something about a heartbeat. I don't know. Anyway. And there he was, my high lord, my beloved, kneeling before me. I love you, I said, and I stabbed him. Amen, sister. I honestly, I thought, you know when they were at the Starlight River and they were laying together, although I imagine them laying like together, like side by side, I still thought she said something about a heartbeat. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm so near the end, I'm not even gonna question it anymore, I'm not gonna lie. Literally 20 pages away. Oh, I think this is the bit. For each of my strikes lands a powerful blow. When I kill, I do it slow. That's what these 2 minutes have been, a slow, horrible death. I felt the time as the cause of no cure, not pain, not absence of happiness, but scorned. I've become a difficult beast to defeat. She could touch me, but it would never destroy what I felt then. It would never make Tamlin want her. Never easing the sting of his rejection. The world become dark at the bullets of my vision, taking the edge of the pain. But I personally saw brave enough to there. For so long I'd run from it, but opening myself to him and to my sisters, they have been the test of bravery as harrowing as any of my trials. Say it, you vile beast. Over from the haste, she might have lied her way out of a bargain, but she'd sworn differently with the riddle, instantaneous freedom, regardless of her will. Blood filled my mouth warm as it dripped out between my lips. I gazed at Tamlin's mask. Face one last time. Love, I breathed, the world crumbling into blackness with no end. A pause in... Did I say arrhythmia? Amarantha's magic. The answer to the riddle I got out choking on my blood is love. Tamlin's eyes went wide before something forever cracked in my spine. What's crazy is, when I'm like this far into a book, like right at the beginning, I always skip to end and just glance at other pages. And I'd seen that love, like the answer to the riddle's love. I don't even know why I didn't remember it. 2 chapters left. Let's see what happens. Oh, there's a full moon tonight. I wonder if I can show you. I might need to turn off my Oh, you can't see it. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Look. Ooh. That. It looks better in like person because like I can see the sea. Let's finish this. I'm so happy. Thank you, husband. So, what's his name? Lucian's dad is the High Lord of Autumn Court. That's all the 7 courts. They all have to save her. That's so cute. I've got like, what, 10 pages left? Yep, exactly. Love that. The problem with her being immortal is Rysand gets her 12 weeks a year for the rest of her life. Disgusting. Okay, but what was he going to bring up when he said favour the second time? Her family? I don't know. Okay, so I have just finished. I'm trying to take my photo. I just gone down. I've just finished A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I don't know how to rate it because, like, obviously I knew it was gonna be a happy ending. I had no doubts about that, but like, I'm really happy with it. There wasn't anything I particularly hated. My only concern is that I've not been left with the 5-star feeling. But there's not anything I hated. I'm just not like gleaming giddy about it. I don't know. Like, I love it. I loved it. I thought it was great. You know what? Maybe 5-star reads don't have to leave you gleaming if the book is merely perfect anyway. I'm happy and satiated, and I want to find out what happens next. I guess the writing in the last couple of pages was just a bit dull. It was a bit like, we're returning home to our sanctuary and I love it all and everything's happy and good and well and nothing bad will happen just yet. Like, I don't like that kind of stuff. So, but I have finished this book. I'm glad I finished it. It's really good though. Tamlin. And her last conversation with Rysand, like, and he was like stumbled looking at her face. Like, what was wrong with her face? I don't know what to give it. Okay, I'm gonna say 4-star. But in the review, I'm gonna write 4.75 because I can't quite give it. I can't quite give it 5 stars. I don't know why. I can't. There's something about me I just can't because I haven't had the feeling, I suppose. So okay, 4.75 stars. That's what I'm giving it. Oh my god. But I got it done. I'm happy that I got done. So I'm gonna say right now that my dream was not wrong. I did enjoy the book. I guess you're gonna have to wait for my yearly wrap up to see how I feel about the rest. But thank you for coming along. I hope you've enjoyed my thoughts throughout the book. I'm kind of like gobsmacked. In like like my mind is just blank. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to make it seem better than it was or worse than it is because it's not bad at all. And it's absolutely phenomenal. And she deserves all the praise she gets. Oh my god. I'm just glad she ended up with Tamlin. Obviously I don't know what's yet to come, but Tamlin. Thanks for watching, guys.